Hi, this is Munson with Munson Music, and we're going to talk about how you can easily strum through Can't Get Enough of You by R5. And we're going to end up capoing this on 5th fret to match the recording, but we're going to start off on a C major chord. And the way you play C major, first finger goes to the B on the 1st fret, second finger on the D string on the 2nd fret, and third finger on the A string on the 3rd fret. And if you strum the A string to the high E string, it sounds a C major chord, and it sounds really, really happy. And on our intro, it's almost like we start on kind of 4 of those C's, actually, kind of for that keyboard part. And then we start moving through what becomes our main chorus progression. It's the C major, and then we go to a G major chord. And we play G major. First finger goes to A on the 2nd fret, second finger on the low E string on the 3rd fret, and third finger on the high E string on the 3rd fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds a G major chord, and it sounds really, really happy. And then from the G, we're going to be going to an A minor chord. And we play A minor. First finger goes to the B on the 1st fret, second finger on the D string 2nd fret, and third finger on the G string 2nd fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds an A minor chord, and it sounds really, really sad. And then from the A minor, we're going to be going to an F major. Normally you do this as a bar. We'll talk about an easy way to do this too. But you do your first finger across the entire 1st fret, second finger on the G string 2nd fret, third finger on the A string 3rd fret, and the pinky on the D string 3rd fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds an F major chord, and it sounds really, really happy. And a good substitute for that can be an F major 7. And the way you play F major 7, first finger goes to the B on the 1st fret, second finger on the G string 2nd fret, and third finger on the D string on the 3rd fret. And if you strum the D string to the high E string, that sounds an F major 7, and it sounds really, really, really happy. And then from the F, then we go back to our C major, and then a G, and then A minor, and then F, and then we kind of tag it with 2 C's, but our words kind of come in at the very, very end of that intro before we go into our first verse, or to lead into our first verse. Now, a lot of times with a song like this, though, to make it more interesting, I like adding some strumming, and you may want to kind of work kind of an 8-down idea, actually, with the right hand kind of muting. That can be kind of a cool way to kind of work it through the tune. Or one of my favorite strum patterns for a 4/4 like this is down, down, up, down, up. So we took the C and just tried that a lot. You'd have down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. So we tried that through that intro verse. We'd have the C, down, up, C, kind of working that thing up. C, and we kind of kick it up when we hit that C, G, A minor, F, C, G, A minor, F, and we go back to C, and a C, and then from there, then we're kind of leading into our verse part. And our verse starts with the F major, and then we go to G, and then we go to C major, and then we do another C major, and then repeat that twice, and then we go to F major, and then to G major, and then there's this cool little push where you'll kind of hear the 4th fret on the low E string kind of come out of that. That's a G sharp note, but you could kind of back that note up with the E major chord. When we play E major, first finger goes to the G string on the 1st fret, second finger on the A string 2nd fret, and third finger on the D string 2nd fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds an E major chord, and it sounds really, really happy. And then from the E major, then we go back to our A minor. So through that first verse, you got kind of that F, G, C, C, chorus part, which is kind of like an intro variation. And then we'll be repeating those parts until we get to our bridge part, and it comes in right after that second chorus, where we do kind of a big F push, a big G major push, and then we go to an E minor chord. We play E minor. First finger goes to the A on the 2nd fret, second finger on the D string 2nd fret, and if you strum all those together, it sounds an E minor chord, and it sounds really sad. And then we go back to an F for a big hit, and then another F, a G major chord, and then we go to an A minor chord, and you may want to kind of gravitate towards that 8-down idea, and then we go to a B flat major chord. Normally you do this as a bar chord. You'd have first finger over the 1st fret, Third finger over the D, G, and B on the 3rd fret. It's kind of an A major shape moved over 1 fret. Or you could use a B flat 5 power chord, where you do the 1st finger on the A string 1st fret, 3rd finger on the D string on the 3rd fret, and if you strum just the A and the D strings, that sounds a B flat 5. So you may want to kind of think about that for that big push at the end. Before we kind of go into an instrumental section that's kind of a lot like our verse, and then kind of come in back on our outro chorus. Now the weird part is to play along with R5 though, instead of starting on a C chord, they're starting on an F major chord. So to play along with the recording, what you want to do is take a capo, and if you put the capo on 5th fret, then now your C major is really an F major chord, your G major is really a C major, your A minor is really a D minor chord, and your F is really a B flat major chord. And when we get to it, the E major chord is really an A major chord, and the E minor chord is really an A minor chord, and the B flat is really an E flat major chord. But to take it from the very beginning, actually we kind of had that intro where we might want to kind of work just the downs on the C, to kind of work it up into our kind of our main chorus progression. So we got our C, G, A minor, F, C, G, A minor, F. Then we're gonna have our C, kind of leading into that 1st verse, and then from there, then we'll be going into that verse part. So we got our F, G, C, another C, F, G, C, another C, F, G, and then we got that E major, A minor, kind of lead us into our 1st chorus. So if we kept that going for our chorus, we have that C, G, A minor, F, C, G, A minor, F, there's that F, G, kind of big hits, and then we come back in our C to lead into our next verse. Now one other thing I think about adding to the song though is bass notes. And a lot of times on that first down of the down, down, up, down, up, you're going to play a bass for the chord. So on the C you'd have the A for the bass, on the G you'd have Louis for the bass, on the A minor you'd have A for the bass, on the F major you'd have the Louis for the bass, on the F major 7 you'd have the D for the bass, down, up, down, up, and on the E you'd have the Louis for the bass, and on the E minor we'd have Louis for the bass, and on the B flat you'd have the A for the bass, and the basses for that. So we tried our next verse with basses. We'd have F, G with Louis bass, C with an A bass, C with an A bass, F, G, C, C, F, G, E major, A minor, and then from that verse, then we go into our next chorus. We kept that going with the basses. We'd have the C, G, A minor, F, C, G, A minor, F, and then we got a big F, G, but then we'd be kind of going into our bridge part. So we have our A minor, F, G major, and then we got our A minor kind of building up, and our B flat, and then F, G, C, C, F, G, C, and then from that bridge part, then we're going into our outro chorus. So we have our C, G, A minor, now if you know there are licks around these chords too, feel free to kind of take this lesson and embellish it any way you want to, or other strum patterns can be cool too. So kind of feel free to make this your own and kind of see what you can say with the song. easily strum through Can't Get Enough of You by R5. So good luck!